What is going on, guys? This is XB Game Player.
And Wolf and Fanny.
What we're bringing to you today is we're going to go ahead and start a small, radio talk show style thing with upcoming titles for all platforms. We're not just going to limit to one.
I'm just here.
What else?
We're also probably going to start talking about... I'll step down. Okay. Confirmed DLC. And also, probably going to be diving into some unconfirmed rumors.
Yes, we are interested in this unconfirmed rumor that we have
today. Yeah, for sure. It's big. It's big. When I heard it came out, it was all over Facebook and all over the internet, and people were chatting about it everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about it, but...
So you heard about it from me.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got stoked when I told you.
Yeah, definitely. All right. We also have most anticipated titles of 2016.
So we got some good ones there.
Yeah,
one's a repeat, but
it's a decent list.
I'll say one's a repeat on the.
One is a
but
repeat.
It's anticipated, for sure. And
all right. And we're also going to go ahead and just talk about games that we would like to see, and we'd like your input as well. So please leave a comment, follow us, help this thing grow. All right.
Yeah, this is a seed. We've planted it, and you guys are the water. You guys help us grow.
Exactly. All right. Let's talk about the upcoming titles we have listed. Gearbox and 2K are going to be launching Battleborn. That is going to be for all platforms, Xbox One, PS4, PC. That's going to launch May 3rd. Buby, tell us, what is this game? What is it about?
Well, the game, it's kind of... From the trailer and all the stuff I've read about it, it seems that it's going to be kind of like basically a Borderlands meets Destiny.
Really?
Yeah. And it's got like that fun cartoony graphic style, but it looks like the gameplay is going to be like RPG style.
The gameplay did look pretty intense. I got a chance to take a peek at that. It really looks more like a Borderlands style game to me.
Yeah, and
that cartoony feature. It looks like maybe an MMO.
It does look like it's going to be an MMO sort of. It's not quite. Yeah, to say. It's kind of. It's, like I said, it's feel like Destiny just a bit. And also the graphic style also slightly resembles Team Fortress 2 a bit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, our next game is by Naughty Dog. It is Uncharted 4. It's obviously a PS4 only game. It looks like it picks up where Uncharted 3 left off. I am not a major person on the Uncharted series. I haven't really got to check it out, but this game does look really interesting. It comes out on May 10th. It's an action-adventure third-person shooter, and it's treasure hunting. Who loves treasure hunting?
It's like Indiana Jones style,
yeah.
Indiana Jones meets National Treasure. It's looking like it's gonna be really fun. Like some of the cutscenes you see from the story trailer, it's just ridiculous. It's like almost cinematic. It seems like it's gonna be a very cinematic game as far as graphic and detail and story driven go.
Yeah, I love the graphics. The graphics were just mind blowing. But of course, PS4 does put out the 1080p. And Xbox users, unfortunately, only get the 720.
Yeah, they're not quite up there yet.
Yeah. Next game is one of the awesome games of this year. It's ID and Bethesda's
id
ID. Whatever.
It's id.
It's Doom.
It's Doom. From the makers of Wolfenstein and Doom, it's Doom.
It's Doom.
Rage was pretty good, and Wolfenstein New Order and Old Blood was amazing, so I cannot wait to see what Doom is going to bring to the table. It's to see, because we don't really need to get into... If you don't know what Doom is, you've been living under a rock for about 20 years. Yeah. Doom is basically about a space marine who basically fights fucking demons and
it's
hell. He fights hell. It's
hell.
It's hell on Earth, and as a matter of fact, I think one of the Doom episodes was called Hell on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a little bit of gameplay footage of it.
It was sick. It was sick. I just hope it doesn't pick up where Doom 3 left off, because Doom 3 was a good game, but it was very, very repetitive.
It was.
And not too much time actually was spent in hell itself, so it wasn't too... it was basically run to whatever it is, but id fixed that when they teamed up with Raven Software when they started working on Wolfenstein 09, which was a really good game. It basically took all the elements from Doom 3 and made them better. And so I'm assuming that they're going to do the same thing that they're going to take all the elements from Wolfenstein New Order and make those better, and make this new Doom game something just a force to be reckoned with. I think it may be a contender for like how Wolfenstein New Order was a contender for Game of the Year when it came out, and it came in second place. It was beaten by Forza 6, but
man, yeah, and it's just I love Doom all the way back to when it came out on
94,
the computer in
1994. Yeah,
oh my
say
god,
what 22 years?
Yeah,
be 22 years since the original release,
and it's still an actual major game.
Yeah, I would say id Software kind of toned down on trying to expand. They basically cut it down to two main series, which is Wolfenstein and Doom. They tried doing something with Rage, which was actually a very decent game.
Rage was good. What I didn't like about Rage is it was short.
It was short.
It was very short.
But like I said, id has a chance to expand on that too. So who knows? Maybe we'll see another Rage title in the future. But for now, we're just expecting Doom.
And you can expect that on May 13th this year. So I'm pretty sure you could still pre-order your copy.
Yeah, for sure.
Our next game for May would be Deep Silver's Homefront: The Revolution,
which looks phenomenal.
And it does. It looks phenomenal. It sounds phenomenal. It is all platforms.
Open world, mind you. Open world
FPS.
That just has nerdgasm written all over it.
That comes out on May 17th. Yubi, tell us.
Basically, like I said before, from the trailer I watched and all the other stuff, it basically looks like Red Dawn, the video game. It's basically, the story says... I lost my spot. The character, Ethan Brady, it basically starts 4 years after the original occupation in 2020. The year is 2029 at this point. Ethan Brady, who's the main character, his nickname is Birdie, by the way, forms a resistance against the North Korean invaders that are inside the city of Philadelphia. Now, that sounds like a very compelling story. And
yeah, I like the sound of that. It's like Division...
Like I said, it sounds like Red Dawn, the video game, which we're not quite there yet, but that's a game I'd like to see, and maybe this will be the game I'd like to see, and I could scratch it off my list.
Yeah, definitely. I myself want to check that out. That is, again, May 17th. Our next game, which will be our last upcoming game for the month of May.
So that's the end of the segment.
This is the end of that segment.
Yep.
Is by Creative Assembly and Sega. This is Total War Warhammer, which is a PC-only game, and that's May 24th. Yubi, you know more about the Warhammer series than I do.
Well, not Warhammer, but Total War in general.
Total War, yeah.
I have friends who actually play the miniature series games, Warhammer. Basically, for those of you who are not familiar with any Total Wars or Warhammer game, basically Warhammer is a miniatures game where you get models, and then you paint them, and then basically you move them on a tabletop and around, with specific measurements, and each character does a specific thing. Now, take that and then mix it in with the element from the Total War. I loved Total War. Like I still play the living crap out of Empire Total War. That is one of my favorite games to play on the PC. It is just, I've also was able to dab a little bit into Napoleon Total War. Basically, it's a real-time strategy game where you command troops around a battlefield in line formations and whatnot, and basically the two armies just clash at each other in these giant, not quite open, but large open fields, and basically it's like Hollywood, and it's like the Patriot, the video game. Now, to see that mixed in with the with the Warhammer universe, that'll be something very interesting to see, and I have a feeling that both fans of the Warhammer series and the Total War series are going to be just up and just going totally nuts over it.
Yeah, I'm a big strategy fan. I would definitely look into this for myself.
All right.
What is the next segment we have coming up?
Our next segment is confirmed DLC.
Confirmed DLC, and this is the only one we have listed right now.
But there's no confirmed date as the moment.
That as well.
So
it's just confirmed for 2016.
It's just confirmed for this year, but not quite in the month of May.
I don't think it's confirmed for platforms either.
No, it's not.
So, with that being said,
so be very wary about this next one, is Destiny expansion. It's the Destiny expansion.
Yeah.
I haven't played Destiny, but you have, so...
I have played Destiny. Destiny is a first-person shooter RPG style game. I didn't care much for the main storyline, obviously. I didn't finish the main storyline. I just played a lot of the side missions and multiplayer and stuff like that.
It's a giant MMO, right?
Yeah, it is a giant MMO. And their first expansion, the House of Wolves... The new Destiny Taken King expansion, rather, it was massive. It was huge. It was such a big expansion to the game. Well, this upcoming expansion they're saying is going to be 2 to 3 times the size of the original expansion, which is massive, unbelievably large.
Yeah, that's...
Not fully sure what it's going to be about, but it's going to add a whole new world to what you're playing now. And
I say Bungie made that, correct?
Bungie did make this.
Makers of Halo.
Yeah.
The original
first 3
original
Halos.
brains behind Halo.
Yeah, and there's also rumors I have to add in with this DLC is a second Destiny game, which I don't think makes sense to me, because they came out with Destiny expecting to keep adding these add-ons to it to make the game just so big. They wouldn't need to come out with a sequel.
Yeah, but say if your intention is to expand on a video game, a sequel should not be necessary. Especially considering the fact that all your expansions are like sequels, and they basically add on to make the story go on longer.
Exactly. You're just continuing the story where it left off. There's no need for a whole new game. It's just a waste. To me, it's just a waste. If you can keep adding DLC to it, just keep adding DLC to it. It's going to take up less space than the game itself.
In the dictionary, if you look under the word redundant, it says "see redundant." But I digress.
Okay, Yubi, we are moving on to the unconfirmed title that we have for this month, and this is all you. You did more research than I did on this, so go for it.
By research, I mean I heard rumors, and rumored has it that EA Games is now making, or in the process of making, the next installment of the Battlefield franchise. And it's not going to be Battlefield Bad Company or Battlefield, another Hardline 2 or whatnot, because Hardline was, let's just be honest, that was just overglorified cops and robbers.
I hated it.
We all. I don't know too many people that actually did like it.
That was a waste of
money.
It
was it was a little bit of a joke, but it was. I'm pretty sure people did get enjoyment out of it, considering the fact that it did sell. But Call of Duty Ghosts also sold, and we all know how that went.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, we will not mention that name again, unless, of course, it comes up in that. But anyway, I digress. Battlefield, they're saying it's going to be Battlefield 5. Now, the unconfirmed rumor is that it's going to be based in World War I.
That is going to be stupid awesome.
It is good. Could you imagine Battlefield in the trench warfare type deal?
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Now, when it
bayonet charges, are you kidding me?
When it comes to war games, I was always a fan of the World War II and World War I style, like the
early 20th century warfare. Like the first modern wars, like where there were planes, tanks, automatic weapons.
Exactly. It came to I stopped caring much for the war games myself as soon as Modern Warfare 3 came out.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it all the way up to Modern Warfare 2. It was kind of
beating a dead horse at that point, yeah.
But Battlefield,
I thought Future Warfare. Are you kidding me? That's Advanced Warfare. That was like a joke. I'm like, Call of Duty's trying to be Halo at that point, and like let Halo be Halo, you know?
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, this is opinions of ours.
Yeah.
I am a Halo fan, but
Me too. I love Halo. I bought Master Chief Collection, and I have no intention on trading that in anytime soon.
yeah, it's
Just
so
the replay
great.
value
I
of
just
Halo
love
games
it.
are just so high. But also, like, back on that topic of Advanced Warfare, do you remember the one time you still have it, I think. We were playing it, and my first time playing it, I went 42-0.
Yeah, that was funny.
And you're
that was
like,
hilarious.
how'd you do that? I said, it's basically like a flying game. I just kept flying behind the people and shooting them. I'm like, this is not Call of Duty. This is a fucking flying game.
Yes, but it was epic.
It was epic. It was
really,
pretty cool.
really
It was
epic.
pretty cool because I did not believe I never do that good in Call of Duty at all, ever. Even when it was way back in the day.
Yeah,
Like Modern Warfare 2, which in my opinion was one of the best first-person shooter games of all time.
yeah. I fairly loved Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2 had the best story, the best online. It was just perfect.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
Battlefield 3 was pretty good too. I love Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4 was alright, but Battlefield 3 was pretty good. Also, but people say GoldenEye, the one for the N64, is so good. I like to say, yeah, it was revolutionary at the time, but it doesn't hold up to today. Like, if you try going back and playing it now, it's, like, unplayable.
no, but when it came out,
It was revolutionary.
It was its game.
It
turned first-person shooters into what they had become.
Yeah. Let's say Wolfenstein started the ball rolling on the first-person shooters, and then Doom took over, but then GoldenEye is what made the multiplayer idea popular, and that's what started, like, Call of Duty.
Exactly.
It was, if it didn't come out, yeah, I don't know where to be with the first-person shooter games today. All right.
Yeah, with Battlefield 5 coming, possibly, unconfirmed rumors.
Now the deal is, World War One. I wonder, is it gonna stick? Because knowing how the Battlefield series normally have multiple, belligerents in it, like Battlefield 4 had the Chinese army, the Russian army, and the USA army.
Yes.
I wonder what they're gonna do with that one. Are they gonna put it like the Germans versus like the Americans and the British, or are they going to put the Ottoman Empire in there as well, along with the Austrians and other groups like that?
You got to take into consideration, if they're going to do a World War I based game, they're going to try and add who was involved in World War I.
Yeah, so Ottoman Empire for sure is one of them.
And America.
I'm about to say America was in it for a very short period of time, but there was some American parts. But mostly I have a feeling it's going to be ending up being British and or probably French and German. Because the French and German sat on that line in France all the time.
China was involved in World War
China was involved in World War One.
I think it'll be America and China. Because World War One started when the Chinese emperor was assassinated. Or not the emperor, but somebody in the Chinese empire was assassinated. And that's what started World War
It
One.
was Austrian.
Was it Austrian?
Yeah, it was Austrian.
I thought it was Chinese.
It was Austria.
Okay, well...
This is news to me. Listen, no, it was Archduke Ferdinand
Oh, yeah.
of the Austrian Empire was assassinated by the mafia, and it just snowballed into World War One. Germany got involved because and then Germany ended up getting blamed for it.
Well, either way, that game is going to be epic when it comes out.
It's historical too. It's gonna be awesome.
Most anticipated games of 2016
are
Pokemon Sun and Moon for Nintendo.
now. Before we go into this, I have not really played too many Pokemon games.
Don't get me started. I'm looking at one of my Pokemon games right now.
Wow. Yeah, I would say I wasn't too big in the Pokemon. I had some cards here and there, but I never really got into gold or whatever for the Game Boy game,
Okay, well, since you don't know anything about Pokemon,
I'll let you take it from there. That's why I jumped in.
I will jump on that. So, all you Pokemon fans know that you have 4 attacks when you get into battle.
Smack, bitch, slap, and run.
That was only 3. Run faster. Alright, well, there's rumors that the new Pokemon games will have 6 attacks. You'll be able to choose from 6 different attacks instead of 4. This is going to broaden the battles, make them better, I think. Also,
For sure.
they're talking about adding voiceover acting to the characters. Finally! No more reading.
Man, could you imagine hearing Ash for the... Well, I have a feeling that if they do that, they're probably going to do it like I've played, like, what was it, Dragon Ball Z, like, video games.
Well,
what they do is they'll still have, and also Castlevania Symphony of the Night did this as well. What they'll do is they'll take a picture of the character who's talking, they'll put the text, but they'll also have the main character's voiceover reading the text with it. Knowing the fact that that's how the Nintendo like anime style goes,
yeah,
in
I'm
video
sure
games,
that's exactly
what they're gonna do. But yeah, having someone read it to you, I'm pretty sure it'll be better than reading that tiny,
Yeah, because
trying to read that on a little Game Boy Advance game.
Exactly. Here's the thing: Pokemon games were meant for kids. Yes, people my age still play Pokemon, but that's because we've been playing it for 20 years.
That's it. That's because you were kids when they came out.
It was a series, and we fell in love with the series when it came out. But the problem,
diehard fans, for sure.
The biggest problem with the Pokemon game is because even though it was meant for kids, it still required you to know how to read
and think.
But I'm not. Yeah, younger kids that still can't fully read, 4 or 5.
Yeah, they want to play their Pokemon games.
They want to play their Pokemon games, man. So this voiceover is going to be awesome because it's going to require very minimal reading, but you're gonna really delve into the game more with actual character voices. That's what I think.
I think we should get into the next one last, but we should probably because we all know what game we're talking about. We were talking about it earlier, but we should go into the next one.
Well, we do need to mention it is after Pokemon Sun and Moon is going to be Doom. That's the
big one.
We already spoke about.
that when we went into lengths about that.
And of course, an obvious last game. I just think this is just my opinion because it's every year is a new Call of Duty game. No details, nothing about it. But for sure, it's going to come out.
Infinity Ward is behind this one this time because now Activision now has 3 companies working on the Call of Duty series. They have Treyarch. I forgot who made the Advanced Warfare series. Do you remember?
Oh my god, no.
Exactly, because they're a newcomer. And Infinity Ward, who started the Call of Duty stuff as well, because Infinity Ward was originally comprised of people that broke off from EA, who made the Medal of Honor series, and we all remember those games.
I like the original Medal of Honor, not the last or the most recent 2. I didn't care for.
Yeah, it's basically Medal of Honor trying to jump on the Modern Warfare bandwagon.
Yeah, it was Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Warfighter.
I'm sorry, I like my Medal of Honor on the beaches of Normandy where it belongs.
Exactly, which brings us back to the fact of classic or historical wars instead of modern wars.
Let's hope this Call of Duty game is not another. Let's hope. First of all, let's just hope to God it's not Ghosts 2.
There are rumors.
There are rumors that there are also rumors that it may be a Modern Warfare 4, which would be stupid because they killed Makarov. The story's over. They finished it. It's kind of like the Black Ops series. It ended. It ended in World at War. Why on earth would they go and bring characters from another, from World at War into another game, and then have them not be there?
I don't know.
I seriously, this is my opinion and my opinion only. I swear to God, I think Black Ops 2 was made only because of zombies. Now that'd be cool. But that's going to be in the segment later.
I think
under games we would like to see.
I think any Call of Duty made after World at War was meant for zombies.
Except for
the Infinity few.
Yeah, the Infinity Ward ones. Although Modern Warfare 3 did have I liked the survival mode on that.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was really fun, especially if you got a good team going on in that one.
Yeah,
it could be just as thrilling as zombies.
So that leaves us with what we're going to talk about next are games that we personally would like to see. Yeah.
And I was talking about this with one of my friends at work yesterday, or not yesterday, earlier this week. I said to him, you know what I can go for right now? And he's like, what? I said, I could go for another good James Bond shooter.
Yeah, I haven't played James Bond in a while. I haven't played a James Bond game since early Xbox 360, I want to say.
Let's say the Xbox 360 only had only one James Bond game in it.
It was either early Xbox 360 or original Xbox.
It was probably original Xbox, because the original Xbox is full of really good ones, like Agent Under Fire, From Russia with Love, just to name a few. And then when I saw that there was going to be one based off the new James Bond, the Daniel Craig James Bond, called was basically a remake of GoldenEye, everyone got excited about it, and it was really hyped up. And then I bought it. And then I immediately hated it. It was not a James Bond game. Then again, at this point, Call of Duty and Battlefield are really high up in the first-person shooter rankings, and everybody was playing them. I don't remember any multiplayer being allowed at all. The story was meh. It was alright.
Yeah.
It wasn't too thrilling, but I never finished it because it didn't captivate me enough to keep me interested. Like, my favorite one was Agent Under Fire.
I think Agent Under Fire might have been the last one I played. Didn't it come out as a platinum hits later?
Yes,
yeah,
it did.
Then it was.
Agent Under Fire was. It was actually an original James Bond story too. It was not based off any of the movies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but then my second favorite James Bond game of all time was From Russia with Love. They actually had Sean Connery come back and do the voice for James Bond, and then they had all the original actors who are still alive come back and do the voices for those. That is just phenomenal.
I mean, like I said, I haven't played a James Bond game since original Xbox, but I would like to pick back up on the series because we're in a new generation of gaming. The possibilities right now are
endless.
Open world.
Totally endless. Exactly.
Most games are coming out open world now.
Like, let's for instance, like Wolfenstein and Doom are still making a comeback. Why not bring, why not bring back James Bond?
Don't get me wrong, you're trying to compete with more shooters, but James Bond fans,
has that gadget mechanic too.
James Bond fans are meant mostly for the pure love of story and spy mechanic.
Also, a little side note, if they made a Kingsman video game, I would like to see that too. But that's just a side note as we're going on the spy genre, because Kingsman was an awesome freaking movie. Have you seen it yet?
No, I have not.
It is amazing.
I will definitely check that out.
All right,
games I would like to see. I'm going to mention two of them here. We'll
just go back and forth. We'll just keep doing this.
Yeah,
so just name one and I'll name one and you name one and we just keep bouncing back and forth.
I'm going to go for Call of Duty World at War Remake.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Because the game just was epic. People loved it.
And add MW2 onto that list as well.
Yeah, I would like to see a remake of that. But not before World at War.
World at War. I would like to see a World at War game where I could play online without having some 5-year-old modding the living crap out of his game.
Exactly. I loved the campaign. I loved it. World at War had one of the greatest Call of Duty campaigns I've ever played, and I would kill to see that completely remastered because it had so much action. It was...
Could you imagine that in modern, gen graphic? That would be amazing.
Yeah.
It looked good back then. Imagine how amazing... It would be so realistic, it would make you sick.
Yeah. And I want the dogs. I want the dogs back. Everybody loved the dogs.
Woof woof.
Yes. The
woof,
dogs.
Woof. Everyone loves their woof woof.
And the multiplayer, I think it can be expanded. Because if you think about it...
Yeah, more maps too, man.
I'm really the problem I have with Call of Duty nowadays is we're in new gen systems, so we can expand our games more and more and more. The maps are small.
Yeah.
I don't care for the maps being so small. I don't want them Battlefield big, but I don't want them that small.
I was trying to think, what's the biggest Call of Duty map the biggest one I could think of next to Terminal is Wasteland, and those are both in MW2, which is probably why MW2 was such a great game. It's because it had great maps, great story, it played phenomenally.
It was so much. That was a fun game.
It was literally everyone's crack in high school. Everyone had to play that game. I remember one time at parties at my house, we would actually, their friends, they'd bring their own Xbox 360. We'd hook it up to the TV upstairs. We'd hook mine to the one in the living room, and we'd have 8 people playing online. Not online, but 8 people playing on a system link.
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
World at War did have some pretty decent sized maps as well. I really liked the maps on World at War. No, I don't remember the names.
What's your favorite map at World at War? If you can remember.
I can't remember names.
Do you remember what it was like?
It was like a.
Because I remember the names.
Oh, you remember the names?
I remember the names perfectly.
It was basically like jungle ruins.
Jungle ruins. Like on the cliffside.
Yeah.
I actually think it was called Cliffs. I think. Cliffs, I think so.
Either way, that was one of my favorite maps.
Yeah, I liked that one too. But my favorite one of World at War was either Dome or
Dome. That was
Dome.
That was just a madhouse map, right?
Yeah,
there. That was like the first small map in Call of Duty.
No, the first small map of Call of Duty was Shipment in MW in the COD 4. Shipment. It had like.
I didn't really play Call of Duty 4.
You didn't play COD 4 that much?
No.
Shipment is small. I think Shipment is smaller than Rust. Shipment was the
Rust
first.
Was
that was when we had a problem in high school. That's where we met. Shit you not. We were like, dude, 1-on-1 sniper, no scope, battle, 360. Your last kill has to be a 360 no scope. Fucking Rust, man. Fucking Rust.
We didn't get into physical fist fights in high school. We settled it in Call of Duty
because everybody fucking owned it. Everybody owned it, and everyone played it. And everyone played it religiously.
Yeah, video games were the way to go, man. No beating the crap out of each other anymore.
Nope. However, that's gone by the wayside now, considering the fact that. Well, we're not going to get into that, but anyway. All right, a game like I said, games I would like to see. Going back to Gearbox for a second. I remember it was right at Medal of Honor was still at its peak. I think Medal of Honor European Assault just came out at the time this game came out. The game I'm talking about is one of the first World War II games that was rated M for mature that wasn't Wolfenstein. Clearly, was Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30.
Yeah.
And that was an amazing game. Now, fast forward a couple years, there was a Brothers in Arms Earned in Blood, which was a side story, but not based, wasn't a direct sequel to Road to Hill 30. We didn't have until the next console came out, which was Hell's Highway, which was the direct sequel from the, because for those of you who don't know anything about the Brothers in Arms series, the first game took place in Normandy. You plays the character Sergeant Baker, and you control, and you're the leader of a squad known as the Baker's Dozen, because your squad is consisting of 12 guys. And basically it follows this, it's basically Band of Brothers, a video game. And it follows this group, this squad through the whole war. Now, like I said, Road to Hill 30 takes place in Normandy and ends in the Battle of Bloody Gulch, which on Hill 30, where I'm not going to give spoilers, but a certain character dies who follows you around, and as I give away a spoiler, I didn't say his name. That's anyway, whose ghost follows Baker around and torments him in Hell's Highway, which takes place during Market Garden, which is right before Bastogne. Now, it doesn't take place in Bastogne, but before Hell's Highway ends, he's talking to this character, and the character says, "What do you feel about snow?" And Baker goes, "I can handle snow." And then they have a little bit of an argument. The apparition disappears, and then it cuts to end credits. Now, what I want to see is the third Brothers in Arms game that takes place in Bastogne, because I want to see this story go all the way to the end of the war, because right after Bastogne it comes very close to where VE Day, where they bust into Germany and, you know, war's over. I want to see this story be completed. I want to see what happens to the rest of the Baker's Dozen.
Yeah, Brothers in Arms, I enjoyed it. I didn't get to finish Road to Hill 30.
I didn't either. It was. That's the thing about this. They're really freaking hard games.
They are.
They are
very hard.
because it's a mixture of a squad-based strategy game. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Hell's Highway was also a cover-based game, kind of like how The Division is. Because basically, where it had the dig-in mode. Yeah, it did.
It was. Those are extremely hard games.
Very hard games, and it actually even says if you die enough times, it actually says war isn't fair, but we believe a video game should be. We're gonna give you all your squad members back and regenerate your health. I remember that because I used to die so much. It was actually one of the first games I actually ever played that had gore in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like realistic gore, not like cartoony gore like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, sickening.
Yeah, like the cows, like their stomachs would be exploded, and you throw a grenade at Germans, you'd actually see their limbs fly off. It was something else.
Yeah, make it
especially when you play it when you're 10 years old.
No 10-year-old should be playing a game like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize until after.
A game I would like to see, which I know is going to be coming in the future. Obviously, everybody is aware of this. It happens like clockwork every 7 to 8 years.
Do I believe this?
Is an Elder Scrolls game. A new Elder Scrolls game.
That's Skyrim, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you can tell. I don't really play fantasy games that much.
Yes, a new Elder Scrolls. It would be Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know where it would take place. They
probably have to expand the universe out a bit then, because wasn't Elder Scrolls Online like the entire freaking map?
Mostly, yeah. Pretty
much. They probably have to,
They still have some area to cover.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they still have quite a bit of area to cover. Even a remake of the first 2 Elder Scrolls games. Morrowind, maybe. But Daggerfall and the other one, I need to see a remake of those. I think that instead of replacing Elder Scrolls 6 with some Elder Scrolls remakes, that's what I would like to see.
That does sound very compelling, actually. Like I said, I would like to get into it eventually.
I really think you should, because you will get lost in it. It is an open world medieval fantasy game.
So like Dungeons and Dragons, a video game.
It's a first-person game.
Okay, sounds pretty cool.
And in Elder Scrolls 5, they actually brought in building houses.
That's pretty cool.
DLC. And you learn different magic abilities. You get different equipment, like different weapons. Like Diablo, you get different weapons, different armor you can pick up.
Once again, I never played Diablo either.
You can sell, you can barter, you can trade, you can break down your items to create crafting items to craft more different stuff. It is endless.
I realize I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Like, how have you not played Skyrim? How have you not played Elder Scrolls?
And the hateful comments begin.
Yes.
But I think if you get into it, you'll fall in love with it.
Yeah.
That's really all I got for tonight for
games you'd like to see
that I'd like to see. I mean, do you have any more?
I'm trying to. I think I had one more. Just give me a second. I might remember. So take this time to crack open a cold one. I had to get that in there. I had to. Sorry, folks. Like I said before, what the hell was it? That's what it was. I don't know if you know this, but as of, I think it was 2K14 was the last year for any kind of baseball games to be released.
Yes.
On the Xbox, because Sony has MLB The Show, and it is amazing. It looks absolutely stupendous. Now, the deal is, because we, being from the Cleveland area, we are Tribe fans. We like the Indians.
Yes.
Especially during the summer.
We don't like the Browns, though.
We don't like the Browns. The Browns suck, and the Cavs are choke artists. Not really. They're actually really good. That Las Vegas had their freaking hands all over that series. But we're not getting into it because 2K basketball is booming. EA Sports' NHL series is amazing.
Yeah, those are really that's like the really only sports games I play is the NHL series since they stopped doing MLB series. I mean, I loved baseball.
Exactly. Like, nothing better than, like, I remember when I popped in MLB 2K 14 and playing at Jacobs Field, or Progressive Field, whatever you call it, and just feeling like you were there and being like, I've sat there. It gives you, like, that picnicky feel, and, you know, and then you have Gary Thorne and, you know, doing the play-by-play, and it makes you feel like you're actually, like, remember we were playing it here the one day?
Yeah, I love it. It's just so real.
Yeah, and it was so fun. It was because that MLB arcade game was garbage. It was too arcadey. It was too. It was like it was a game for, like, the Nintendo Wii. It was like Wii Sports Baseball. It was just like that, and it was unacceptable.
We would like to play.
We would like to play. Yeah, like I said before, when Wii came out, you know what my joke was? What Wii stood for? Weird Idiotic Invention. And it held true because I only owned my Wii for about 2 years before I got rid of it. I'm like, dude, I need a 360. I can't. This is not how video games are supposed to be played.
The only reason I have my Wii is because of
you modded the living crap out of it.
The classics. I love the classics.
But anyway, back to the baseball game. Like I said before, I would like to see either the show stop being a Sony exclusive. That's what kind of ticked me off about that. I said, like, if you want Halo to be an exclusive on the Xbox, that's fine. If you want, like, the Uncharted series to be a PlayStation exclusive, that's fine.
But you're taking a sports
games should not fall under that category.
Exactly.
Because it is unfair. Because, let's say, I like playing the Xbox. Because the reason why I like playing the Xbox is I grew up playing Sega, and I played the Sega Dreamcast for a little bit, and the Sega Dreamcast controller is very similar to the Xbox controller.
It is.
It is very similar, minus the second thumbstick. Now, all my other friends grew up on PlayStations. They bought PlayStations, and that was basically what they played and the PlayStation controller has not really changed as much as, well, the PS4 has that little thumb slide thing on the motion sensor, but it hasn't really changed. So the feel hasn't changed, but I played the Xbox because I like the feel of the controller. I like, just, it wasn't like those Duke controllers, like, oh my god, from the original Xbox, the big fat ones. God, those were unwieldy beasts like the N64 controllers.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you on the whole sports situation. I'm fine with titles that are exclusives for all the different consoles and everything.
Did they stop making Tiger Woods games?
Yes.
Good.
It is now a different guy.
Yeah, I didn't even know they still make golf games.
Yeah, they actually.
I know they don't make NASCAR anymore.
They just recently made a new golf game, but I can't remember the dude's name. I don't really.
It wasn't
care.
Tiger Woods.
No, it wasn't.
Do you know that Wilson is releasing a golf ball line? And each golf ball is going to have a picture of his mistress's faces on it.
Oh my god.
And the box is going to read, Tiger used to hit that. That was a joke, by the way.
That is, that's funny stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and close this out with one rumor. Or not, no, it's not a rumor anymore. It's actually happening.
It's happening.
It's cross-platform gaming!
Yes! The moment we've all been waiting for, where we can play NHL 16 and all the not exclusive titles.
What is cool is Rocket League, for you people who have played Rocket League, I've just seen the footage, I've just watched people play. I've never played it myself, and it looks... I don't even know how to explain it. It's just chaos.
Like I'm saying, could you imagine playing, like I said before, those massive online multiplayer games, and each person is on a different console?
Yeah.
One person's on PC, one person's on, the PS4, one person could be on the Xbox One. Now there is a stipulation to that. It's not old gen consoles can't play with the Xbox One console. That's the only stipulation that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
and I don't think the Minecraft games are also.
Minecraft is
because the PC version of Minecraft is way ahead of the Xbox One, which is a little bit ahead of the PlayStation version.
I think, but I do think, I'm not sure if this is considered cross-platform, but I think that they're talking about making Minecraft PC version or the Windows 10 beta version or something like that to be able to be cross-platformed with mobile users.
You know what? I have heard that too. So that'd be like people playing on their phones and
somebody else
and their tablets. Yeah,
and exactly, and their computers, and just
that's a very interesting concept. I would like to see how that would work out.
But I do not like Minecraft mobile version.
No,
Minecraft Windows 10 beta is basically the mobile version.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is.
See, I like my 360. I like my Xbox One version.
I like the Xbox One version.
The Xbox One version is almost like just under par to the PC.
It is.
Only advantage of the PC is that you can add mods.
Add mods, and it's a bigger world.
That's it. Well, actually,
Minecraft PC version, their world is 3 times the circumference of Earth. So it is said.
I also heard that the Xbox One is also pretty close to that as well.
Xbox One version, I actually went to the end of the map.
You did?
It is only 3 times the size of the 360 version.
Okay, so it's not that, but it's
still damn big.
It's still really huge, way bigger than the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 version only has one of those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And in the Xbox One version, you can have numerous.
Yeah, numerous.
But it does have an end.
It does. There is an end.
It's still big.
It's still huge.
Still really big.
Very impressive for what.
But if you do want to check out that cross-platform gaming, Rocket League is, if you own a PS4, you can play with people on PC. And Xbox One users, you can also play with people on PC.
Yes.
That is, as far as cross-platform has gone so far, I really don't know if they'll ever do cross-platform Microsoft and Sony. That I'm not sure.
I've heard they're working on something to try it.
If they do that, the future for gaming
is going to expand, and it's basically
going to come down to one gaming industry, one giant gaming industry.
Nintendo will be long forgotten at this point.
That rules all.
I say Nintendo will be long forgotten at this point. Nintendo, I think, will end up pulling what Sega and Atari did.
Well, Sega's talking about coming back, or at least trying to.
Well, I don't think Sega's going to start making consoles again, though.
They were talking about it.
They were talking about it? What, the Sega Saturn 7?
People are wanting...
That had an awesome ring to it, Sega, if you're going to do that.
The Dreamcast 2.
The Dreamcast 2?
Yeah, well, that would be cool.
Well, here's the deal. Like I said before, they're going to have problems with Microsoft being like, hey, you're kind of... even though we kind of copied off your design, you're copying off our design.
Yeah. Dreamcast was way ahead of its time with their graphics, though. Yeah. I loved the Dreamcast so much. That was my favorite.
Except for that one console. Except that one game called Seaman.
I never... anything with those 2 words.
Seaman.
I will not do that.
It was actually narrated by Leonard Nimoy.
Oh my
Which
God.
is pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Spock was the narrator. Spock was the narrator.
I think that is it for the night.
Yep.
Guys, follow us on Twitch. I am XB Game Player on Twitch.
And I am Wolfenfan Yubi.
I also
Twitch as well.
Have a YouTube channel, which you're watching this from. Follow it. Comment. Tell us what you think.
And I am currently working on another YouTube channel. If you want to follow my stuff that's currently... I don't know if I'm going to be uploading into that channel anymore, but it's Wolfenfan23. It's basically the same, except it's just not Ubi. My new YouTube channel that I'm trying to make is going to be called Ubi, which is just UBI. And I realize I'm going to have a lot of trouble with Ubisoft's...
We'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Basically, our broadcasts are going to be uploaded onto both YouTubes, so you can watch them on both YouTube channels.
I'm mainly yours, because I don't know how you're going to get it to me. You just email me the file.
Yeah, that's all I have to do. Email it to it or put it on a flash drive and
send it to me.
Send it to you.
Or I can just come pick it up.
It'll
That's
go
it.
to you.
Because I'm not here right now.
You can also follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/rageofgames.
Rage of Games.
I changed the name back to XP Game Player, but I'm changing it back to Rage of Games.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. But like, hey, why am I an admin on your channel?
But actually, I think I'm going to create a separate channel.
No?
For
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Or at least for mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can Facebook.com/Rage of Games. We're going to every time we do a Rage of Games radio broadcast or game broadcast on Twitch, you can check us out on Twitch. It'll be hosted on one of our Twitch channels while it is broadcasted on the other. So one Twitch is gonna broadcast it, the other Twitch is gonna host it. So if you're on his Twitch or my Twitch, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, for sure. Also, before we leave, I'd also like to end on a personal note. Currently, on Tuesday, I turn 21.
Drinking party!
Not really. I don't drink. I'm a kind of a boring dude. But I would say I'm going to I'm going to Detroit for my 21st birthday.
And what did I say?
And you're like, who the fuck goes to Detroit for their birthday? Who goes to Detroit at all?
I'm not going to Detroit. I will never set foot in Detroit.
I've been to Detroit a couple times to go to the Joe Louis Arena.
It's scary. I don't even step foot in Cleveland.
Well,
what makes you think I want to go to
Well,
Detroit?
actually, the Cleveland is not as bad as it, and Detroit is actually starting to turn a leaf too.
It was if I can see that Detroit turns a leaf, I would like to go.
Okay, here's the deal. I'll show you the plans of their new Civic Center area where they're building the new Red Wings Arena, and I think you'll go before they run it down.
Yeah, well, I guess eventually we'll have to check out Detroit, but Detroit scares me. Cleveland scares me.
Cleveland's not as bad as Detroit. Okay, I'll put your mind at ease. Chicago has the highest murder rate in the United States,
and
they have stricter gun laws.
7 out of 10 murders go unsolved in Detroit.
That's because all their cops probably commit the murders.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Or the cops just don't.
Maybe
the cops are scared too.
Or maybe the cops are just as scared. They need RoboCop.
I go to there.
They need RoboCop. RoboCop needs to happen. Yeah. Step lightly, or there will be trouble. Stay out of trouble. RoboCop. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening in, watching, or whatever it is. Hope to see you guys again.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be getting some more game news coming up. We're also going to be streaming.
I say we'll try to do this radio thing at least twice a month.
I would like to.
At least twice a month.
At least twice a month. And then we will continue to grow. We're going to try and add some game trailers.
For sure.
That way you guys have a visual.
Basically comment on the game trailers and basically give our thoughts about what the game trailer might hold in store for the game. Like we were doing this earlier with Battleborn.
Watching the trailer of Battleborn.
And Steph was like, you guys are turning into nerds and you're freaking me out and I'm going to bed.
But yeah, that's something we hope to do with your guys' support. Help us grow, make us better. We would love to bring you as much news as possible.
I say, yep, we got
We can move on to a weekly segment. Maybe even create some podcasts.
Yeah, we'll find a way to do that for sure. Yeah.
But you guys have a great night. Thank you for listening.
And thank you for watching.
And we're out.